go, here we go, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to another scintillating episode of Rebootleggers. That's right, I'm calling it up front.
Ooh, bold.
Better be a good one. This is a comedy podcast in which we come up with reboots for whatever we want, and usually it's bad.
We boot them, we root them, and we toot them.
I'm one of your hosts, Scott Owen.
I'm the other one, Frank Serra.
Frank's getting his he toots on the reboots.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little loopy today.
Yeah, Frank's having a weird time.
Just got up from a dirty nap. I feel great.
I just smacked my microphone. What's a dirty nap, Frank?
A dirty nap is a nap where you wake up and you're more tired.
Oh, that is a dirty nap. That's a pretty good way to describe such a...
Thank you. I was pretty proud of it.
You are working on a new project right now. Is that right, Frank?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
You want to tell us a little about that?
Sorry, what?
Do we have a clip? I don't know. I just turned it into a late night talk show.
Yeah, so we're gonna go this week, Scott.
Yeah, big news this weekend in this day, Sunday, July 16th. A lot of big news coming out of Hollyweird.
Oh.
Actually, only one big thing coming out of Hollywood. We've got other news coming from elsewhere. First up, here's the big Hollywood news, Frank. As you know, Disney's on that reboot kick.
Oh yeah.
Where maybe they're more accurately called remakes, but we're getting those live-action Disney princesses, as you know. On the docket, slated for booting, is Disney's Aladdin. And at Disney's big D23 Expo, it was announced the cast of this movie. And playing Jasmine is Naomi Scott, the Pink Power Ranger from the new movie. And Aladdin is going to be played by Mena Massoud. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I feel like an asshole. I haven't actually seen him in anything, but he seems great. But here's the big one. Here's the real big one, Frank. Guess who's playing our boy the genie?
Oh boy. Oh no.
Don't look it up.
I'm not gonna look it up. Who could possibly be the genie?
I'm gonna
lock in John Goodman.
Oh damn, that would have been a really good casting choice, but no, you are incorrect. Sorry, the answer we're looking for was one Will Smith.
Wow.
Will Smith genie will be a very cool genie, but I just don't know if he's got that goofy comedy.
Very smooth.
Do you think this is his compromise for never coming back to the Fresh Prince, but maybe he's bringing the Fresh Prince to us?
He's bringing the fresh genie of Bel-Air.
Mm-hmm. I'd watch that. And then I think that arguably the biggest news of this weekend is the buzz that everyone's talking about, and you know it, you're talking about it constantly, is that Wimbledon.
I can't stop. Federer knocked it out. Knocked it in and then out.
In and then out.
Going hard on the clay?
That might be a thing that they say. That sounds...
Anyway, this week we're doing a sports movie.
Yeah, I think maybe because of tennis, we should reboot one of those tennis movies that we all know and love.
So many classic tennis movies, like
you've got
Remember the
Nope. You've got Balls Out, Gary the tennis coach.
Yep.
You've got Strangers on a Train. You've got Match Point starring Scarlett Johansson and others.
Heat with Robert De Niro.
No, you've got Break Point, not to be confused with Point Break. Very different movies.
Different movie, different sports.
You've also got 16 Love.
Like Air Dog Tennis Boy. There's an Air Bud movie for tennis, right?
Oh, I hope so.
I feel like or an Air Buddies movie. You know what I mean? Where it's the babies, it's the puppies.
Is Air Buddies a thing?
Air Buddies is a thing where it's multiple puppies instead of one dog. Yeah, so they can field a whole team that way. Of whatever sport in question is being played by the puppies.
There's this movie 16 Love about, I think, a 16-year-old tennis lady. Here's the synopsis.
Is she good?
Sidelined with an injury, a young tennis champ finally has a chance to experience what life is like for a normal teenager. Not one of those tennis star teenagers.
Yeah, she's so good at tennis, it's warped her.
She doesn't get to just have a life. You know, she's all about tennis. How about this one? The Hard, Fast, and Beautiful.
Is that the name of the movie?
It's a movie from 1951 featuring a country club and tennis. And quite a racy poster for the 1950s. And
this is very old.
you want to hear the tagline?
Yeah.
The price of fame in the big time sports racket.
Oh, they really had to reach for that.
And it doesn't even say
really
what the price is.
I mean, they could have just said "what a racket," like, and then it's over.
It's based on a novel, which itself was an unflattering and thinly veiled fictionalization of tennis star Helen Willis Moody. You know Helen Willis Moody, the well-known tennis star that we all know and love from the 30s?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, should we just go the easy route and reboot the movie Wimbledon?
Yeah. Kirsten Dunst was in that.
Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany from A Knight's Tale.
Oh, Jarvis is in this movie.
Oh, also Jarvis. I was thinking of A Knight's Tale where he's in it. So
I mean, it's both. Yeah.
Neither of us have seen Wimbledon.
No,
which has never stopped us before.
Jarvis fights the old MJ.
Michael Jordan?
No, from the Spider-Mans, because I was going to do the comic book movie thing.
Oh, Mary Jane. I see.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting.
Well, here, let's talk about first, what do people... Let's go through this. We need to know... We got to make this taut, exciting, scintillating. So let's go through... Let's identify, what do people love about tennis? What do people hate about tennis? Love that sound the racket makes when it hits the ball.
Yeah.
You're that good.
And then when the judge says safe or out.
I don't love that.
No,
I do love the ball boys. They're frantic terror.
I like this serves, but I don't really like the other in between.
No, and I think that's
things.
why, and I don't think the writers of the movie, I think they feel the same way as you, which is why this is true. The actors served real balls, but every ball that was hit by them was, in fact, digitally added later.
Yeah, so I think that we can just make it, our movie is only going to be serves.
Only serves.
Just like...
So are volleys going to happen? We just never see them?
I think they're just not an important part, right? So we have the tennis serve championship 2017, right? Where they just have and the other end of the court is not a person, it's like a big piece of like plywood. It's like a wall with holes in it in rings for different point values.
Okay, like a Quidditch.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking more like a
skee ball.
Yeah,
skee ball tennis. Okay.
So they huck it, and then they hook, and then they get the points that they hit into. So if you nail it in that hundo bomb, you get those 100 points. But the thing about the 100 is that it's off center and like up and to the left. And it's not near the other ring.
It's hard to get.
So if you go for the 100, you're more likely to miss the other point values.
That makes sense. Okay.
But then you can play it safe and go for the 10, right? Because then even if you miss, it falls into the free. But then that's not you got to get 100 to actually get on the scoreboard and get like a lot of tickets.
Yeah, what if we did a dark, gritty Wimbledon?
So like every time they serve is like what is his name? His name is it's Peter and Lizzie. Okay.
I don't know.
So they say like a man with a gun is like in Peter's hotel room, and he says like, if you serve good, I'm gonna kill your family.
Oh.
But then that person leaves, and then a different guy with a gun, he comes in the room and he says, if you serve bad, I'm gonna kill your family.
It's a real Sophie's choice.
And so then it's a real. He has to serve. This is the ultimate test of skill, right? He has to serve so medium
He has to serve just
that
right
neither
down
of
the
the people with guns think that it counts.
They're just like, well, that was. Yeah, the people who are
he
threatening.
He has to be so medium.
Yeah, the one set of guys are like, well, that was good, right? So we can't kill his family, and the other guys are like, well, that had to have been. That was a bad one.
That wasn't great. I've seen his good shots, and he is throwing it. So that's what we told him to do.
Interesting. Okay.
And then, James McAvoy is in this as
I was
as
thinking
the main character's like brother.
So you're thinking dark and gritty, like a modern day, just like scary thriller, but not like a spooky.
Oh, is it ghost tennis?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like monsters or like possession. Maybe
okay.
Maybe they're stuck. Maybe they're in a game for their very souls. Maybe they're trying to prevent the rise of an ancient evil through tennis.
Yeah. I like that. So let's say, Peter, the tennis boy. So Peter's okay at tennis, right? Like he's not the best. Like he's not the best, but he's all right. And so he makes a deal with a I don't know if it's a demon or like an evil wizard.
Crossroads wizard.
A
Crossroads wizard?
Yeah, Crossroads wizard. So he says, I want to be the best at tennis.
And the guy's like, really?
And it's like, that's the wish?
He's like, tennis?
Like, I can give you like anything. And he's just like, yeah. Just the tennis.
Does he have to play Does he have to play against him in tennis, much like you have to play against?
Well, and it comes back around to that. But at first, he just gives him the tennis, right? Gives him a taste. So he starts winning. He starts slamming those serves like so good, and that's I think the way we get around showing not showing the boring parts of tennis is because his serves are so good that the other person just immediately like loses every
immolates.
time.
Oh, they just lose, or they like burn up?
I mean, I think the people he beats with his demon tennis skill, they lose, and that's they just lose. And then as far as he knows, they just lose. Unbeknownst to him, whenever he beats a person in tennis, the demon gets their soul.
Oh yeah.
Right. So he's sending these people to hell with his serving arm,
and he doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know. He finds out, right?
Yeah, and then, like, he finds out because he starts getting haunted by those souls that he sent to hell. Like, it becomes very spooky where he's at home.
Oh, and he has, like, nightmares.
Yeah,
where it's like,
he's at home and
me.
there's like a spooky man in his refrigerator. And it's very spooky.
Like, he's at the one side of the tennis court, right? And then he's just serving. All he's doing is serving. Like, he can't stop serving. And different people just keep showing up, and they just keep going to hell, and he can't stop. He can't stop serving. He can't.
He's serving so hard, like, his feet start bleeding.
And then people that he knows are up against him. And then it's like his grandma. He sends her to hell. Like, he just...
Yeah, he goes to a family reunion, and there's a tennis court, and his grandma's like, "Oh, let's play a friendly game," and he's like, "No," but he can't
no,
not.
Grandma.
He can't not. His tennis racket like compels him.
It flies into his hand.
Yeah, and he serves it right into her.
He says no, and then he blacks out. And when he wakes up, he's in his tennis outfit with a racket, serving to his grandma.
He blacks out, and the entire reunion is just empty. And it's just him, and it's quiet, and there's like, you know,
and there's just the other side of the tennis court is just like dozens of balls on the ground
and like empty shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When the demon doesn't want the shoes.
Yeah. No. Demons
he
notoriously
takes their ass, but just not the shoes.
Demons notoriously have no need for shoes.
Yeah. No. So he just keeps. He's like sending everyone to hell, right? And then I think that's Kirsten Dunst is a player that does something else.
Is she the demon?
Oh, yeah,
Or is James
okay.
McAvoy the demon?
Well, so from what I've seen, James McAvoy actually just has a bit role in this movie, but
Well, we're bringing him to the big leagues
I
because
like
he's James,
him, and he's proven himself. I
he's
think.
James F. McAvoy,
Yeah.
Frank. Calling him up to the
Yeah, so he's the Crossroads Wizard demon.
what's he look like? James McAvoy? Just
I think he's got one of those.
does he look like a tennis man? Does he like always wearing a sweatband?
Yeah. He's got the short shorts.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Those like
tennis
70s
shorts.
athletic shorts.
Short tennis
And
shorts.
he's got like wristbands and headbands just all over.
He's always sweating, but the wristbands and headbands keep that.
Yeah, they
in
keep
check.
it. They keep it contained.
Yeah.
So then I think Kirsten Dunst is who finds out that the people he beats are getting dragged to hell. Because she congratulates him like on a match, and then he's like gonna go home, and then Kirsten Dunst says like, all right, honey, like I'm gonna stay and watch the next match, and then she's going to get a drink of water, and she goes down. And she walks by the locker room, and there's a fire.
And suddenly the water is boiling hot.
Yeah, and it's James McAvoy's crossword wizard demon.
Does does Paul
and
Bettany lean into it? Does he start to revel in the soul taking, and Kirsten Dunst has to take him down? Does he become consumed with his?
Yeah. Does he start to challenge like evil dictators to play tennis?
And then he just goes mad with power.
And then he starts challenging other people. He goes like he like becomes a tennis teacher at like a country club.
Oh, and just eats up those.
Yeah. And he says like he finds like the rich parents, right, at the country club.
And has them
he
enroll
says,
their
like,
children.
I'm teaching your son tennis. I can beat him, or you can pay me a yak ton of money.
And they're like, I don't have a yak.
And then, he extracts the money.
So he's
from
not
them.
hiding his soul stealing powers anymore.
I think he I think he likes the power.
Tell me this: does he have to be on a court for it to work, or could he just be walking?
Yeah,
down, could he
there's
just
gotta
like
be-
serve tennis balls at people like
His
in a
opponent
Denny's?
has to be holding a racket, and he has to be holding a racket, and there has to be a net.
Okay, so he couldn't just like walk into an IHOP and serve it at
No.
the old people and take their
But
soul.
he could walk into, as long as both people are holding rackets, like he could use a ping pong table.
Oh, but those are called paddles, not rackets.
No. He has to be. They both have to be holding real tennis rackets, but he could do it at a ping pong table.
Okay, so he'd have to like be at a ping pong match and like throw someone on the other side a racket and then quickly serve it to them. Does it have to be a tennis ball or could it be a ping pong ball
It can be any as long as there's a net and two rackets
and an orb?
Yeah, and then any orb. You can't be serving a football. That's not gonna work.
No. But soccer, basketball, skee ball, bowling ball. At one point, he does serve a bowling ball, and it's impressive.
Yeah, and he gets like a titanium racket, like
powered
titanium
powered
strings.
with the souls of those he is.
Yeah, and it's got like little tiny jets around the rim so that he can like mega serve.
And the mesh like glows a neon blue.
Yeah, and he like boom.
Boom.
And
That's
then
sound serve.
I think then Kirsten Dunst, what's her name? Lizzie. So she calls up the crossword wizard demon, and she says like, I want the power to beat Peter. That's the only thing she wishes for. And so she's not good at tennis, but she's great at tennis if she's playing her former husband.
They used to be married.
Probably, I guess.
What if she just like makes? What if he comes to her and he's like, "Look, I can make you a deal to stop him," and then she stops him, and like at the end of the movie, and then she like when she first takes it, she like vows, "This is the last time I will tennis to beat him
ever,"
and then she beats him, and then like it shows somebody like it shows like a year later or something. She's like at her job as a astronaut, and someone at the compound is like, "Hey, I heard you used to play tennis. You want to do a match?" And then she just like smiles ominously, like, "Oh shit, she didn't give it up." And then that's the end of the movie. And then that's the end of the movie, and the demon got her too.
Come into my office.
Yeah,
but the tennis court.
yeah. The office is a tennis court or anywhere with a net.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as there's tennis rackets.
And then it's very spooky, a lot of it, because there's hauntings and jump scares. They do get to have a cool, like, the final tennis duel is very cool.
Because it's 100% serves.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So, in tennis, and this is the real rules. In tennis, a ball is only a point when the ball leaves the court on your side is where it's a point against you. And so there's a part in the final duel where it's a serve and then the other person like destroys the ball.
What if,
And they vaporize it. So there's still no points. It's love all. Whatever 0 is, it's goose eggs on both sides.
That's love.
For hours.
That's pretty good. I had this idea just now. What if, in this world, this would be a huge overhaul, but I just thought of this. What if in this world, playing tennis for souls, was just a thing that everybody did, and when you played, you each player takes hold of the tennis ball and they put their soul into it, and so then you're volleying souls back and forth, and then whoever loses, their soul jumps out of the ball into their opponent.
You serve the soul.
Yeah,
so you have to have souls to serve.
Have to have souls to serve.
Yeah, and I think that's the tagline, is that this movie is called...
That'd be a big overhaul, though, because
Soul
that means
serve.
everybody's playing for souls.
Everybody's playing for souls. Maybe... I mean, we can fold it, so maybe Peter gets his powers from the crossword wizard demon.
What if just only when people play for Peter, he's always wagering his soul? He's just always better than them. And they don't really understand what's going on. They think he's just a weird dude, and he's like, come touch my ball. And
he always makes them do a weird handshake that is the demon pact.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, touch my ball. And then they're
it's shake my hand, and then
touch my ball.
He presents his elbow or whatever.
And then when they touch his ball and their soul goes into it, but they don't know.
Yeah,
you
really want that to happen.
And they're just that's where the souls reside during the game. They reside in the ball. And
so he just holds. He says he just says one for luck, huh? And he holds up the tennis ball.
Exactly.
And then when they touch it, is when their soul goes into it.
Right, and his soul
is already in it. So are they playing
at
a disadvantage with no souls? Does soul affect your tennis performance?
No, because I think we all know that tennis players don't value souls in general already. That's just real life.
Getting pretty political. Okay.
I think we both know to become a good tennis player, you have to be ready to give up your soul. They just never thought it would actually happen.
And your shorts.
They just never thought it would actually happen. They're always ready. But yeah, your soul and your shorts are the two big things.
The top.
Okay. Rebooted that one quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel terrible. Is this a micro boot? Because I'm on vacation. This is the vacation episode.
This is a vacation episode. Well, next week you're on vacation.
Mm-hmm. We're double recording on this fine weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, we could do a micro boot, and I mean, this is like a 2/3. We're not quite at. We're a little over half our normal length. So yeah, dude, we could call this a micro boot and be done.
Let's micro boot, because I'm gonna drink a bunch of medicine and I'm gonna pass out.
And what are they gonna do?
Yeah, and what can we have all the power here?
But that said, they literally hold our fate in their hands. So please,
So please, we're sorry.
We love you. Okay, well, thanks everybody for listening to Rebootleggers. This is a bit of a shorter one today. Frank's, a weird boy, and he's also going on vacation, so he's, we cut it necessarily short. And I think we still came up with a solid, good one.
Yeah, we got meat.
We got meat on them bones.
We got tennis meat.
Tennis meat. So thanks everybody for listening. Please give us a rating and review on iTunes and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's already done that. Please, everybody, tell your friends. If you enjoy the show and you think you know some people who might also enjoy it, please tell them about it. We'd love to get them in. We'd love to meet them. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Rebootleggers and send us your reboot ideas. We'd love to maybe do them. If they're bad, we'll probably still do them. Until next time, I've been Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Sarah.
Frank, what's our password next week?
Our password for next week is served.
You got?
You got, comma, you got. You have to pause for like 4 seconds.